Hello, it's from Жаран News Report in English. Every year, December 3rd is celebrated as International Day of People with Disabilities. During this day, Labor and Welfare Department Service and Governor's Office Health Department jointly organized an event for the people with disabilities. Disabled people made up about 3% of Mongolian population and 2% of Dornot population. Mongolia acceded to United Nations Convention on the Right of People with Disabilities in 2009.
On the 3rd of December every year, the International Day of the Rights of People with Disabilities is celebrated. According to the United Nations Convention on the Right of People with Disabilities and Law on the Right Protection of Disabled Persons in Mongolia. Today, the Labor and Welfare Department, Child and Family Development Department, Health Department, and Governor's Office of Dornot Province are celebrating the Day of the People with Disabilities Right. It's not like a holiday. This is an event designed to listen to the people with disabilities, to promote their social and economic equality and rights, and to encourage them to work themselves. At today's event, the Health Department is organizing activities such as vitamin supplementation and the third dose of COVID-19 vaccine and early detection of diabetes. We are listening to the people and asking them to include in our work plans for the coming years. In our AMIC, we implement the development and protection program for people with disabilities. This program has been implemented for 6 years in Dornot AMIC. Within the framework of this program, we are cooperating with non-governmental organizations and working on the contract basis. Due to the pandemic for the last 2 years, the planned activities have faced with some difficulties. However, we are working to make our citizens comfortable and equally accessible as possible.
The National Agencies for Development of People with Disabilities and Implementing Agency of Mongolian Government is flying a flag to 3 districts in Ulaanbaatar and 6 AMGs from November 9th to December 9th under the motto, "Not problem and it's friendly." It aimed to change public attitudes to the people with disabilities, ensure their rights, support their employments, and improve their living standard and cooperation with governmental agencies. Dornot received the flag with a notebook on the 9th of November, and the flag is flying to governmental and non-governmental agencies and sums for amount. Kindergarten number 10 in Dornot AMIC is organizing training based on game and cognitive methodology, which is a basic need of young children in order to support them to learn in healthy, safe, and comfortable environment and receive quality preschool education. Learning environment and learning materials are most important tools for game and cognitive methodology. Every year, creative activities to develop teaching materials among the teachers are organized, and they have developed a book named Teacher Thinking for Child Development and shared it with other colleagues. This academic year, 35 teachers have created more than 2,000 teaching materials and used them in their teaching activity as a part of implementation of hybrid methodology.
In today's event, a total of 10 teachers from 10 groups organized their activities under the guidelines. The basic need of child is a toy, so how to make a game-based learning tools. The teachers actively participated in creating materials and that appeal to the children. The last third stage of Being Human Depends on Childhood program are almost completed. Today's event was organized to review the progress of the program. Totally 2,000 training materials and games, more than 100 types that show Mongolian custom and culture were created at this event.
холбоотой нэлээд сургалтын хэрэглэгдэхүүн материалыг хийснээр бас их онцлог байгаа. Дээд хичээлийн жилд хүн болох багаас хөтөлбөрийн хүрээнд бид бас
Our annual Creative Teacher Assistant Teacher event has been successfully organized, and I participated in this event with more than 30 works. Our group's name is Horkhan. This academic year, as a part of Being Human Depends on Childhood program, the purpose of the program was to make children understand horse equipments and Mongolian national games, such as board games and Dornberg. These are learning tools to support children's activities, such as developing small arm muscles, putting the toys back in the place. We have created interesting, attractive, useful works to develop children's mind and to complete the updated learning content facing our children. Our works are made of using types of thread.
Kindergarten number 10 is successfully implementing many national and AMGS programs such as Let's Cultivate Patriotism in Children, Let's Learn Mongolian Script, Being Human, Depends on Childhood, English Speaking Dornot. The program named Being Human Depends on Childhood is implemented from 2018 to 2021. It aimed to develop every child to be creative and self-confident, who is able to adapt today's rapidly changing and competitive society, and Laos elders tradition, history, and homeland environment. And kindergarten number 10 has initiated many activities, named the Grandparents Endowment Day, Greetings from Four Seasons, Storytelling Children, Mongolian Pride and Happy Childhood, and also development of 6 series book, which is named the Teacher Thinking for Child Development. And they shared the experience to their children and children, parents, and colleagues. In November last year, triplets were born in the family of Ogunhu, who is a resident of Baingol in Dornodamek. And the donation campaign has initiated Baingol Local Council to provide 2-room apartment for the young people, young family, Ogunhu and Otkontuya. More than 4,000 citizens and businessmen and the organization joined in the campaign and collected 28 million tourists. A member of Parliament, Balarchalong, donated to the campaign 30 million tourists at the horse auction, and the Tallinn town give a discount of 12 million tourists, and today triplets are moving into the new apartment on the first day of winter.
The campaign has been going on for a long time, and we gifted an apartment to the triplet. From last February, we co-produced the program with Jarran TV under the name Let's Give the Triplet a Gift. Delgar, who is a director of National TV, made a live broadcast and shared it to the public through the media. Although the fundraising campaign was limitedly organized due to the pandemic, today is a good day for our triplet to move to their new apartment. Despite the difficult times, the Baingol local council and local people supported and actively participated in the campaign, which was named Let's Give the Triplet a Gift. Member of Parliament Balarchalong organized a horse auction, which is supported by race horse trainers and amateur. Then he donated 30 million tokurus to the campaign. Today, the money for the apartment has been raised, and the triplets are moving into the apartment.
Өнөөдөр энэ сайхан өдөр одоо байранда одоо орж байна. Эндийн аянд бас бусдыгаа оролцохыг хүрээ.
I went to the home of my triplets and encouraged others to participate in the donation. As a result of campaign, the triplets are moving in their new apartment. I see that the Dornot people can create many things if they are at peace. I wish the triplet to grow up happily at this beautiful home for many years.
гэсэн ийм одоо үлгэр дуурайл болж байна.
Энэ сайхан залуу гэрүүлээс бас ингээ буруу хэр хүүхэд гарсан.
I'm happy that the Mongolian children were born in a large numbers, grew up healthily to increase Mongolian population, and had triplets for young people. As for me, I participated in a horse auction held as part of this donation campaign and bought a horse for 10 million togruks.
Дэмжиж гэж орцож 10 сая төгрөгөөр нэг одоо авсан байгаа.
Өнөөдрийн бэлэг цаг өдөр.
Today, our company workers are happy that our triplets are moving into new apartment, and we are happy to support such a wonderful campaign.
Дэмцэндээ баяртайгаа манай хамт олонч гэсэн баяртай байгаа.
Манайх одоо
I think that we are a family of twins. My eldest son has twins, and my youngest daughter has triplets. I'm happy to move into a new building with the help of the people.
тусламжтайгаар
They named the triplet as Цолмон Чимэг, Цолмон Баяр, Цолмон Гэрэл as a symbol of brightest stars shining in the sky. All the people and we wish the triplets are grown happily and healthily with the love of their parents. The Ministry of Culture was established by resolution of Mongolian government. Since January, the preparation have been underway to establish new local cultural departments. A working group led by Batbayr, who is a Deputy Minister of Culture, is working in Dorno-Damek, and today the working group met the representative of cultural sector in Dorno-Damek and to provide a strategic plan for 2021 to 2024 and implementation of local cultural policy and give more information on the work to be done next year.
Ирэх оны 1 сарын 1-ээс соёлын тухай хуулийг
The reform of the law on culture will be full on January 1st next year. It will be implemented by local cultural organizations through their cultural units. The policy and the strategy of the cultural sector are very clear. The aim is to produce this strategy to the local community to provide methodological support for the establishment of cultural units and introduce the direction of creative cultural production. Dornot is the only province in Mongolia with a symphony orchestra among 21 provinces. It's possible to develop cultural tourism zones of 3 countries in Dornot. We are working on how to develop this area, how to define human resource policy, and how to increase access to local cultural and arts.
симфони оркестртэй одоо ийм хөгжимтэй драмын театртай ганц аймаг орон нутагт
In the cultural sector of Dornot-Damek, 226 workers are 17 organizations such as Music and Drama Theater, Museum, Central Library, and Yalat Museum, and cultural centers in 17 slums. Although Dornot-Damek focuses on art and cultural sector and implements many activities and programs, Deputy Minister of Culture was informed that some issues needed to be supported.
Хамгийн наадсах нь гэхэл одоо сургуулийн ерөнхий боловсролын сургуулийн одоо сургуульд за соёлын чиг
There are no cultural specialists in secondary schools and preschools. There are few music teachers in preschool and secondary schools in Dornot-Damek. According to the minister's speech, this is not only our problem. In the whole country, it's a problem. It was noted that the problem makes it difficult to educate children in their field of culture. The Ministry of Culture is talking about establishing cultural departments in all аймагs. In Дорнод-аймаг, preparation for the establishment of a cultural department have been completed and will begin next year. We informed the Deputy Minister of Culture that there were a number of problems related to establishment of culture department, and he personally got acquainted with the process. There is also a big problem for the аймаг. Дорнод-аймаг has proposed to include the Yalat Museum with many exhibits that witnessed the war in Halkolsom in the state category. By including in this state, this is possible to enrich the exhibits and create many cultural centers based on Halkolsom. This was introduced to the Deputy Minister of Culture. There are many things to be done in Дорнод-аймаг in the plan for the next year. Дорнод-аймаг has many ethnics, so the Deputy Minister of Culture said he will provide support methodological advice for next year.
Халхуулын музей үзмэр нь одоо байж за улсын хэмжээнд бас тодорхой хэмжээнд асуудлыг ярьдаг, за анхаардаг ийм юмд хүрэх юм.
Some of the suggestions made during the meeting were upgrade the classical orchestra instrument, which is only one among the аймагs, and to upgrade the computer equipment to related to creating database in the library, and discuss about the project for museum registration and research work, as well as support the proposal to transfer Yalat Museum to the state rank and provide support in resolving of department's budget and salary fund in connection with the establishment of new cultural department. Starting from November 4th, Livestock and Meat 2021 event is being organized in all аймагs in Mongolia. Within the framework of the event, Dornod Police is conducting some investments of 31 cases of livestock theft with 28 suspects and with loss of 2,299 million тугрус.
2021 оны 11 сарын 4-ний өдрөөс ихсэн улсын хэмжээнд мал мах.
Starting from November 4th, 2021, Livestock and Meat 2021 event is underway in all аймагs. As part of the event, the Dornod Police Department detected 31 crimes involving 28 suspects. The suspects are all the people with livestock. 8 of them had previously been convicted to livestock theft in Sэргэлэн, Даспалбар, Ча болсон чулуун хороод, Баян уул, Цагаан аваа, Баян дун. We caught and investigated 2 livestock thefts group. Currently, total loss is 298,450,000 тугрус.
21 хэрэг дэрвүү хэрэг нэ мөрдөн шалгаажлага явуулж байна. Бус тэрэг тэрэг хүртэл хэрэг нэ мөрдөн шалгаажлага явуулж байна.
All of those livestock theft committed using vehicles, and 8 of them had been previously convicted to livestock theft, are being re-investigated. Those who are being investigated for the livestock theft are citizens who had owned their livestock. In 2021, 67 cases with loss of 325 million тугрус were registered in Дорнод-аймаг, which is decreased by 28% compared to the previous year. But the detection of the livestock theft is 62.2%, which is an increase 24% compared to the previous year. However, the Dornod Police Department warned the herders to take care of their livestock and prevent from livestock theft. Today is International Day of Human Rights. On this day, Confederation of Dorno Trade Union organized a peaceful demonstration because from the 1st of January 2002, Mongolian budget will be contracted to transfer service workers who work at the governmental agencies to private sector. It means there is a risk that they will leave without pension when they are retired. Because most of them are over the age of 40, it means that they can be employed in the private sector.
Although the 2022 budget has been approved, if the law on privatization is adopted, the rights and job securities of many service workers will be lost. In the service sector, 70 to 80% of employees are men over the age of 40. It's unclear whether these people will be hired by the private sector. There are people who will retire in 2 to 5 years. Pensions are paid based on the average of 36 months' salary. But it's difficult to get these benefits due to this decision. Today is Human Rights Day. We aim to provide job and social security for our service workers. If the state budget is not enough, it's possible to save money on telephone bills and fuels for workers. Right to work shouldn't be revoked due to insufficient budget. After hearing this news, service workers are under lots of pressure and stress at work because all of these people have debts, house leasing, and have to pay tuition fee for their children. We wonder how such a decision is made. Service workers are people who work hard and don't say that their salary is low, but they keep the image of the organization clean and tidy. Medical workers are able to work at the hospital and education workers are able to work at the school. I work at the secondary school, Tuvalu. More than 50% of our schools service workers are people over the age of 50 who will retire in a few years. But this decision means that they will no longer receive pension. Even though they have worked all their lives, they don't have money and salary is low. But they only look after this pension which gives them money when they are retired. Unfortunately, this guarantee will not be available. We want the government to reconsider this decision.
Манай ажилчдын бараг 50 гаруй хувь нь одоо 50-аас дээш насны усуд байна. Эдгээр одоо ингээл дараалал тэтгэвртэй гарна. Би одоо 10 дахь цэцэрлэгийн ахлагтайгаа ч байгаа.
I work as a chef at kindergarten 10. Today I'm here to express my views. I'm really worried about this problem. The government needs to reconsider this decision. We always fulfill our responsibilities given by their government and don't take part in other values. It's impossible to imagine the health sector without doctors, nurses, and service staffs. And everyone knows about this. The dirtiest and heaviest jobs are done by service workers, but they didn't make any problems. This issue is not only discussed today, it has been talked about before. It's very difficult for workers in the health sector. We want our colleagues and citizens to speak out against the law. In Mongolia, the right to express one's views is often violated. There is a workplace harassment for expressing opinions. So the Confederation of Dorno Trade Union is organizing this event on 10th of December, International Human Rights Day.
Service workers that it's serious violation to human rights and job security of thousands of workers who in service sector. The issue of connecting Cheoilsan with Haverock border station included the platform of ruling party and in the government platform.
During the third meeting of Mongolian People's Party in Ulaanbaatar these days, the ruling party announced that they were focusing on the development of border crossing, which was an important statement for the long-term benefits of Dornod. When the 2022 development plan was approved by the parliament, connecting Haverock border station with Cheoilsan by the paved road was strongly discussed. Sergeling, a member of parliament, was in a working group so that he can include the issue in the policy document. And startup funds have been set aside for next year's state budget. The tender will be finalized soon and road construction is scheduled to begin in the summer. With the construction of 122.4 kilometers road, there is an urgent need to improve the capacity of the Haverock border station. It's clear that the working at the full capacity before the pandemic will lead to congestion and overload. Everyone who has visited the border knows the capacity of our Hashad border is 5 to 6 times better than the capacity of our Haverock border station. When the paved road connecting Cheoilsan city to Haverock border station put into operation, the capacity of Haverock border station needed to be increased by at least 5 times, and the study of Sergelin's initiative to increase the capacity of Haverock border station has started.